Akashvani presents Morning News. Good morning, I'm Anuja Kumar. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi holds telephonic conversation with South African President Matemela Cyril Ramaphosa. Discuss bilateral cooperation and regional and global issues of mutual interest. Brokerage firm Morgan Stanley upgrades India's markets to overweight category, downgrades China. IMD forecasts heavy rain over Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh and Vidarbha in Maharashtra. Yellow alert issued for Delhi region. In men's hockey Asian Champions Trophy, India thrashed China 7-2 in its opening match in Chennai, and in Australian Open Badminton, Prannoy, Kidambi Srikanth and PV Sindhu to play their singles quarterfinal matches in Sydney today. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Narendra Modi had a telephonic conversation with South African President Matemela Cyril Ramaphosa yesterday. During the conversation, the two leaders positively assessed the progress in bilateral cooperation, including in the context of the 30th anniversary of the establishment of bilateral diplomatic relations being celebrated this year. President Ramaphosa invited Prime Minister Modi to the BRICS summit being hosted by South Africa from the 22nd to the 24th of this month and briefed him on the preparations for the same. Prime Minister Modi accepted the invitation and conveyed that he looked forward to his visit to Johannesburg to participate in the summit. The two leaders also exchanged views on a number of regional and global issues of mutual interest. President Ramaphosa conveyed his full support for India's initiatives as part of its ongoing G20 presidency and said that he looked forward to visiting India to attend the G20 summit. The two leaders agreed to remain in touch. Prime Minister Narendra Modi yesterday held meetings with groups of National Democratic Alliance NDA MPs from Bihar, Delhi, Haryana, Himachal Pradesh, Punjab, Uttarakhand, Chandigarh, Ladakh and Jammu and Kashmir to strategize for the 2024 Lok Sabha elections. Sources said during the meeting, Mr. Modi asked the MPs to rise above caste-based politics and work for the people from all sections of society. Union Ministers Rajnath Singh, Amit Shah, BJP President JP Nadda attended the meeting. Mr. Modi is holding meetings with the MPs of the NDA alliance in view of the 2024 Lok Sabha elections during the ongoing monsoon session of the Parliament. The Lok Sabha has passed the Government of National Capital Territory of Delhi Amendment Bill 2023. The bill seeks to amend the Government of National Capital Territory of Delhi Act 1991. It empowers the central government to make rules in connection with the affairs of the Government of National Capital Territory of Delhi, including the functions, terms and other conditions of service of officers and employees. It also has a provision of the Constitution of the National Capital Civil Services Authority. The centre had brought an ordinance in this regard in May this year. Replying to the discussion on the bill, Home Minister Amit Shah said the bill is in accordance with the constitutional provisions. He pointed out that 9 bills have been passed in the current session so far and alleged that the opposition parties only took part in the NCT Delhi bill debate to protect their newly formed alliance.
किसानों के लिए भी बिल आया, बाकी सारे विषय के लिए भी बिल आए, मगर कोई नहीं आया। साहब, ना डेमोक्रेसी की चिंता है, ना देश की चिंता है, ना जनता की चिंता है। अपने गठबंधन को बचाने के लिए सारे लोग यहाँ आए और आज मुझे कह रहे थे कि भारत आपको देख रहा है। मैं बता रहा हूँ कि भारत देख भी रहा है, देखना भी चाहिए। आपके दोहरे चरित्र को भारत देख रहा है।
AAP Lok Sabha MP Sushil Kumar Rinku has been suspended for the remaining part of the ongoing monsoon session for his misconduct in the House. Yesterday, when Lok Sabha passed the Government of National Capital Territory of Delhi Amendment Bill 2023, after the reply of Home Minister Amit Shah, the AAP MP came to the well of the House and threw papers at the chair. Following this, Parliamentary Affairs Minister Prahlad Joshi moved a motion to suspend Sushil Kumar Rinku for the remainder of the session, which the House approved. Rajya Sabha has passed the Offshore Areas Mineral Development and Regulation Amendment Bill 2023. The bill amending the 2002 Act regulates mining in maritime zones of India. It allows the government to reserve offshore areas that are not held under any operating rights. The bill also allows the administering authority to grant a composite license or production lease to the government or a government company. The Anusandhan National Research Foundation Bill 2023 is scheduled to be introduced in the Lok Sabha today. The Inter-Services Organizations Command, Control and Discipline Bill 2023 and the Indian Institutes of Management Amendment Bill 2023 is scheduled to be taken up for discussion in the Lok Sabha. Both houses of parliament are also scheduled to take up the private members' legislative business. This is Akashvani giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle @AirNewsAlerts. The brokerage firm Morgan Stanley has upgraded its view on India's market to overweight category from equal weight, predicting a long wave boom ahead. The brokerage firm believes that India's reform and macro stability agenda supports a strong capex and profit outlook. An overweight rating means that the firm expects India's economy to perform better in the future. The upgrade has come in the backdrop of the US losing the AAA status and an economic slowdown in China. The firm has cut its rating on Chinese stocks to equal weight. 11 executive directors or EDs of World Bank Group representing 95 countries called on Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman in New Delhi yesterday. During the meeting, they shared their key takeaways with the Finance Minister after visiting Mumbai, Ahmedabad and Lucknow. The Ministry of Finance in a tweet said they appreciated the fast-paced development across all sectors enabled by transformational reforms and private sector participation in India's ambition of becoming a developed country by 2047. The executive directors also appreciated the success achieved by India, especially in digital technology and startups, with focus on delivery of public goods, including water, electricity and road infrastructure. Finance Minister Sitharaman underlined the focus that India is placing on creating opportunities for the poor by empowering communities for equitable growth. The G20 Ministerial Summit on Women Empowerment concluded in Gandhinagar yesterday. Addressing media, Union Minister for Women and Child Development, Smriti Irani, said for the first time under India's presidency, grassroots women were represented on the G20 platform. The minister said Tech Equity Platform Best Practices Playbook and improvised key performance indicators dashboard with the inclusion of small and medium enterprises are the biggest outcomes of the G20 Women Empowerment Summit.
We have a digital application which tracks 100 million beneficiaries across 1.4 million Anganwadis in the country, serviced by 2.2 million women, and 95% of it is Aadhaar verified for those in India who seek such information. I am elated that our friends in the G20 family have not only appreciated it, but many guest nations along with G20 members.
Nearly 150 delegates from G20 countries, invited countries and international organizations participated in the conference and deliberated upon the 5 major issues pertaining to women-led development at all sectors, including education, digital skills, women entrepreneurs. The high-level central team that visited the rain-hit areas in Telangana called on State Chief Secretary A. Santi Kumari in Hyderabad last evening. The team, led by a Joint Secretary in the Union Home Ministry, visited the rain-hit areas in Warangal, Hanumakonda, Mulugu and other districts during the past 3 days. An official release stated that the team informed the Chief Secretary that roads and bridges suffered damage and paddy and cotton crops were badly hit due to the heavy rains in 5 districts. The Chief Secretary said the team's proposals for prevention of disasters will be examined. Over 40 people lost their lives in various rain-related incidents in the state. Union Agriculture and Farmers Welfare Minister Narendra Tomar held a meeting with the Agriculture and Environment Ministers of the states of Haryana, Punjab, Delhi and Uttar Pradesh regarding crop residue management through video conferencing yesterday. During the meeting, Mr. Tomar said the Haryana government has taken concrete steps to reduce the incidence of stubble burning. So, incidence of stubble burning in Haryana have reduced by about 48%. The government has said that it is closely monitoring the developments in Niger and around 250 Indians residing there are safe. Briefing media in New Delhi yesterday, spokesperson in Ministry of External Affairs Arindam Bagchi said the ministry is in touch with the Indian Embassy in Niamey. He said the embassy is in close contact with the Indian community there. He said around 10 to 15 Indians who were in Niger temporarily have left the country on board evacuation flights operated by France. Executive Vice President of Venezuela, Delcy Rodriguez, met Vice President Jagdeep Dhankar at Up Rashtrapati Niwas yesterday. Both leaders discussed strengthening the cordial relations between India and Venezuela and further bolstering the trade, economic and people-to-people partnership between the two nations. The India Meteorological Department or IMD forecast enhanced rainfall over Madhya Pradesh due to depression over North Chhattisgarh and neighbourhood. The IMD has also issued a red alert for the state with a warning of a heavy to very heavy rainfall with the possibility of heavy rainfall. We spoke to senior scientist IMD R.K. Jinamani.
मेनली हमारा जो रेंज अलर्ट है मेनली मध्य प्रदेश के लिए है और उसी के साथ साथ हिमालयन का जो उत्तराखंड हिमाचल प्रदेश के लिए भी है। कल जो डिप्रेशन था वो कल वीक हुआ था शाम को और आज ये वेलमार्क लो प्रेशर एरिया जो पूर्व मध्य प्रदेश के ऊपर है और उसकी कारण से ये सब जगह में जो मेनली उत्तर मध्य प्रदेश और उसी के आसपास जो दक्षिण उत्तर प्रदेश है उसमें हमारा हैवी टू वेरी हैवी विद आइसोलेटेड एक्सट्रीमली हैवी रेन होगा।
In Delhi, a yellow alert has been sounded as light to moderate showers are likely today and tomorrow. The city may witness rain or thunder shower on Sunday. The Met Department has said that monsoon trough is shifting closer to Delhi and easterly winds are expected to blow in the city, leading to a rise in the moisture content. On to sports. In 7th Men's Hockey Asian Champions Trophy, India defeated China 7-2 in their opening match at the Mayor Radhakrishnan Stadium in Chennai yesterday. With the win, India tops the points table based on superior goal difference. In today's fixtures, India will take on Japan, South Korea will be playing against Pakistan, and China will face Malaysia in the group stage. In badminton, India's HS Prannoy, Kidambi Srikanth and PV Sindhu will be seen in action in the singles quarterfinals of Australian Open in Sydney today. In women's singles, two-time Olympic medalist Sindhu takes on world number 12 Beiwen Zhang of the US for a place in the semi-finals. The match is underway. And now for a look at today's newspapers, it's over to Subhadra Ramachandran.
Thank you, Anuja. The dailies are mentioned about the government's push to boost Make in India products. The Tribune states local production and security on mind. Government restricts import of laptops, tabs. Global financial powerhouse Morgan Stanley gives India top billing among Asian emerging markets is a headline in the Times of India. The Economic Times writes that average 6.7% growth, India's GDP to double by financial year 31 according to a report by S&P Global. For the first time in 36 years, 7-year-old from Chennai dislodges Vishwanathan Anand to become top Indian in FIDE ranking, cites the Indian Express. Another headline in the Times of India states, game changer, Delhi Sports School all set to take off to groom upcoming talent. And finally, some metro stations in Delhi will have locker facilities for commuters, last mile connectivity, e-shopping at stores, ticketing and recharge options in the soon-to-be-launched DMRC's new app Momentum 2.0, informs Hindustan Times. With that, it's back to you, Anuja.
Thank you, Subhadra. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi holds telephonic conversation with South African President Matemela Cyril Ramaphosa, discuss bilateral cooperation and regional and global issues of mutual interest. Brokerage firm Morgan Stanley upgrades India's markets to overweight category, downgrades China. IMD forecasts heavy rain over Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh and Vidarbha in Maharashtra. Yellow alert issued for Delhi region. And in Australian Open Badminton, HS Prannoy, Kidambi Srikanth and PV Sindhu to play their singles quarterfinal matches in Sydney today. And with that, we end the morning news. Have a nice day.